Good morning and welcome to On the Beat. My name is Kim Mastrofino, and with me today is Martin Chan and Joe Hildreth. So we're going to check in with the Beat team today to see how they're doing, and they got some community updates for us today, as well as updates on the weather. And it looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day, but we'll soon find out. So I think I'll start with Martin. How's it going, Martin?
Hey, doing pretty good here. Today's Tuesday, 23rd, sunny, warm, springtime. I
Yay.
guess. The temperature-wise is 30 to 40 to 50 or 60. So today,
Wow.
noontime.
Think it'll reach 60?
Maybe,
Okay.
but a different temperature. So we'll reach a certain level. So during springtime. So it's
Yes.
springtime is coming soon. I
Spring-
bet you it's already here.
Springtime is coming soon. I think it's sprung. It's springing up right now, and I think the
Yep.
flowers are blooming and everything. And so yeah,
Mhm.
spring is my favorite time of year. Just so you know.
Spring's good, nice and
Yes,
warm.
spring's good. We'll take it.
We'll take it. Yes.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good and great to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you. It's wonderful to have both of you, and I always look forward to our Tuesday broadcast. So you have some community updates for us. So are you ready to share them?
Yes.
All right.
The Musqueamicket Drive-In Theater starts back up again May 1st. Check out their website for movie schedule. Kudos to the Ocean Community Chamber for accommodating Easter Bunny home visit and for spreading joy and happiness. Just a reminder that Sunday Fun Day, an open street event in downtown Westerly, returns April 18th and offers shopping, food, art, and music. Also, there is still time to form a team for the Olean Center Trivia event, April 23rd. For more information, please visit our website or Facebook page.
Thank you for those updates. I really appreciate it, and it is wonderful that the Easter Bunny is doing home visits. I think it's wonderful what the Chamber of Commerce does for us in our hometown, and this trivia event that the Olean Center is having in April, I think is going to be a fun event as well. So again, don't forget to sign up if you're interested in participating. So anyway, now we're going to move on because we do have a very special guest. Actually, we have special guests every week, and this one is a special guest. We actually interviewed this person actually before COVID, and now we invited him to visit with us virtually. So we're happy to have our guest, Patrick Lynch from Verizon Wireless Zone. So welcome, Patrick.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on the beat this week.
Hey, Patrick. How you doing?
Living the dream, my friends.
Sounds good.
Yes. We're happy to have you on board and happy that you're back. I know that you shared lots of great information with us prior to COVID, and we're interested to hear a lot more about your updated products and everything that you're doing. So as this goes, our routine usually is that Martin and Joe conduct the interview questions, and so it just makes for a good broadcast. It's interactive, it's fun, it's relaxed. So Joe, you have the first question. You ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Patrick, for those new to the broadcast, can you tell us about yourself and your role as managing partner for Verizon Wireless Zone?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been working for Verizon Wireless Zone since 2014. So about coming up on 7 years this year. Before I was down here in Westerly, prior to 2018, I was up in Putnam as a sales rep and assistant manager. And then in 2018, I got the opportunity to come down here and join our franchise as a managing partner of our Westerly location that had just been open for about 6-7 months prior. So what I do is I manage the store. I do a lot of the community outreach. If you follow me on Facebook, I do a lot of videos, creative content, try to get involved in the community and really kind of be the face and the good looks of the store, if I do say so myself. Prior to COVID, didn't have a beard. I grew a beard, so that's how COVID's changed me. But I was very fortunate throughout the entire pandemic, and that we're still in, but we were able to stay open the entire time. And in that time, we were able to help customers who couldn't no longer go to work, had to come up with solutions to work from home, teach from home, take care of their kids so they didn't have to listen to them going crazy 24/7. And in that time, we were able to really redo our entire team. I've had some great team members come. I've had some great team members go. But right now, I've got a whole new team, and it's just been trying to drive forward the community and try to help where I can, especially in this trying time.
That's very interesting.
I think so. I mean, I try. Every now and then there's something good that happens, and you never know what comes through the door. I've got some crazy customers. I've got a guy who's built refitting an old school bus, and I've had a guy that went out to sea for like 3 months during COVID on a sailboat, which I thought personally was awesome. So I do love the fact that I get to meet some really interesting people and hear about all the different things they do, and then I get to provide solutions so they can go out and stay connected and do those kinds of things. That's probably the best part of the job.
Mm-hmm. So Patrick, how do you handle like a customer that's not a happy customer? I can't imagine that they wouldn't be happy coming to your store, but like in general, how would you handle someone that is a little more difficult?
I mean, I'd like to say that we don't really deal with too many difficult customers, but I treat everyone. I've had a mindset in business that if I treat everyone like how my father wanted to be treated, I would never have an issue. So you'll never hear I don't know come out of my mouth. If there's a problem, it's no problem. We're gonna figure it out, and I'll do my research and I'll just go the extra mile. I give my phone number out to most of my customers. I mean, I've had people text me at like 11 o'clock at night saying, "Hey, I'm having a problem with my bill, or I'm having an issue with my phone," and then at 11:55, they're getting a text back from me in the middle of the night being like, "No problem, I looked at it," or, "Hey, this is what I need to do. It's going to take a couple of days," and circle back. And it's really just treating people like you would treat a friend. If I could give any advice for business to be successful and network with people and overcome, difficult situations like that, they're only upset because the most important thing to them right now is that issue. And once you can relate and understand that, you can figure something out. There's always an answer.
That's
so
good.
Whether I've had to stay up, go to customer service, throw some money at it, whatever the case is, then I've always been able to resolve every issue. I've never had an issue unresolved.
That's good. And it sounds like you're very dedicated.
My girlfriend would say obsessed, but be obsessed or be average. So I enjoy what I do. I love working and networking with people and selling, and it makes me enjoy the work. The paperwork, not so much, but the overall interaction and dealing with people is what I really like.
That's awesome. Well, it shows because it sounds like you're there to just, make people happy and that actually makes good business sense. So
I try.
That's good. So Martin, I think you have the next question. Are you ready to go with that?
Yes. Hey, Patrick, can you describe the product you sell?
Yeah, absolutely. So we sell a little bit of everything. We sell AirPods. We sell, obviously, the newest phones.
Mm-hmm.
We sell smartwatches. We sell pretty much anything tech related. So we've got Bluetooth speakers. We sell Verizon Fios, so we provide home internet and cable solutions. We provide, obviously, cases, screen protectors, charging cables, all that kind of stuff. But we also have some cooler things. Like we're trying right now to get into the smart home market. So we've got Roku's, Google Homes, the smart speakers, the virtual doorbells, so you can see if your Amazon guys eating your packages up on the doorstep, or any crazy thing that could come up. We primarily focus, though, our bread and butter is definitely our tablets, smartwatches, and smartphones. First and foremost, we are a cell phone store. That is what we do. But we do have those extras. And, part of the selling process is interacting with people and seeing what works and what doesn't. So for a lot of people, when they were working from home, there's a tablet right now that I'm actually using called the Tab S7. And having interactions like this tablet basically functions the same as a computer, and it allows me to do everything as if I was on a laptop, but also have the portability of a laptop.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's awesome product. Amazing.
Yeah, no, I try.
That's good.
Can you explain a little bit more about the watch phone?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a bunch of different kinds of watches. You have your standard Apple Watch, and
Ooh.
then you have your Galaxy smartwatch.
Ooh.
So some of the main features of the Apple Watch that everyone always talks about are like you can leave your phone at home, you can leave it in the car when you're at the gym, you'll get all your phone calls, your text messages. It'll track your fitness, something I should definitely take more advantage of. But things like that.
Her phone out there.
Yes. Yep. So things like that are really where we try to focus. But the biggest thing with the Apple Watch is the new ones. They'll track like your blood oxygen levels, which I guess is related to COVID. One of the coolest and most important features of these things is that they have a fall detection feature. So let's say you're an older person, you fall or you're out running, you fall, get knocked out, something like that happens. The watch will detect that. And if you don't respond, will not only call EMS and 911, it'll also page your emergency contacts.
Wow.
So that's a huge selling feature of these things, especially for people that, you know, their parents are older, or maybe they live on their own and they just want to have that peace of mind. That's something that this particular kind of technology has really done. But also people with like diabetes, they can use it to track their blood glucose levels and things like that. So there's a ton of really cool things. And the best part is these used to be like $600, and now the price in the market has driven them down where you can get a brand new Apple Watch for $300.
Oh, wow.
Partner
That's
that
amazing.
when you buy it with an iPhone, and you can get almost $150 off any given day, it seems. So there's always really cool things happening with stuff like this. It's no longer just for that niche, top tier, all inclusive Apple consumer, which is nice.
Right. That's cool.
That is cool. Now, does that watch, does it take pictures?
So it does not take photos, unfortunately. They don't have cameras built into them. What they can use though, and I've had to use it a few times for when I'm doing like the videos and stuff for the stores, they do have like a remote shutter feature, so you can like take the photo with the watch from the camera, which is kind of cool. But no, unfortunately, I can't just pop a selfie with it yet.
Oh, wow.
That's the new. I think you should advocate for that.
I'll work on it. I'll send it up.
Be kind of like a little detective thing going on.
Yeah. You know, it keeps it easier. And the best thing with like the watches and the phones, you know, you can get like the new iPhone 12, and then you partner it with the earpods, and then you can listen to all of your music through from your Apple Watch right into your ears,
That's
which is
cool.
awesome. And the
Amazing.
microphone, for instance, is built into these, so it's crystal clear. So you can be on your Zoom call or on the beat or wherever you may be, and have no lack in audio quality from them, which is really cool.
That's amazing.
Wow. Wow. So that's really interesting. I never realized that. So good information. Joe, you want to take the next question?
Yes. What smartphone would you recommend?
Oh, that's a tricky question. So I personally, my particular favorite phone, I really like the Google Pixels. These are Android-based phones that Google makes.
Yeah.
They run the same operating system as Samsung, LG, Motorola, basically every other phone besides Apple.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I am using an iPhone right now.
Oh.
So what's the best phone? It's a hard question. It's a hard question because it depends on the needs. I've been doing a lot of FaceTime and using iMessage and things like that. I'm working on a side business. So the iPhone for me right now has been the phone I need to use. But on any given day, I really like using the Android phones because there's more creativity. I can download different apps from the internet. I can experiment more, and I can basically play around with it a lot more than I can do with an iPhone. But some people may find this phone more difficult to use than the iPhone, which is super user-friendly. So it's a hard question. Personally, though, if you said, what phone do you want? I would go with a brand new Google phone. The camera is excellent. I personally think it's very easy to operate, and it's got a great battery life. The iPhone's awesome, but it's an iPhone, and everyone has an iPhone. I like to be different.
I didn't know that Google had phones.
Yep.
Is that something new?
Not too new. So Google started making their own phones back in 2016 with the first Pixel, but they also had made some phones prior called the Nexus. But every phone, if it's not an iPhone, uses Google's operating system. A lot of people don't realize that the Google phone you already have because you have Android. It's just other companies like Samsung and LG put their own spin on it and put a layer of software onto it, so it's not pure Android. The Google phone has that, so in my opinion, there's less learning curve, there's less bulk, it runs a little faster, and it runs more like an iPhone, which is kind of nice.
Wow. Now, I'm a little confused because you're Verizon Wireless, but you also offer Samsung. Is that all part of Verizon, like Samsung, Google, and all that, or no?
Yeah, so Verizon is a telecommunications company, so we're a wireless provider. Samsung, Apple, LG, Motorola, Sony, they all have wireless phone divisions. So they make the cellular devices, but they don't provide the network. Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, all of them, those are the network carriers.
Okay.
So our job is we sell the phones too. We act as, their distributor, but we set them up with service. For instance, if you were to go on Apple's website right now, and I'm not saying you should because you should support local, but if you were to go on Apple's website, you would buy an iPhone. And then that iPhone would get shipped to you, and you try to make a call, and you couldn't make a call because you don't have service. You would then choose a provider, which you could bring into us, and we would activate it on Verizon's network. So in addition to 4G wireless, which is what we're pretty much using right now, Verizon's also rolling out 5G internet, which is going to make it so quick. You'll be able to download entire series of shows, movies, control your entire home just because of 5G and how fast it is. To give you an example, you could download the entire Star Wars trilogy on a 5G network in less than 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It's a crazy amount of data that you can download.
Interesting.
So that's what the network provider is. And then Verizon has us, Wireless Zone, its affiliates, that we are licensed and trained to sell the Verizon service and brand and network.
Okay. All right. That makes it clearer, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot to it, but at the end of the day, Verizon provides the service for all of the cell phones and tablets.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Thank you for that information. It's helpful.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
Martin, would you like to get the next question?
Yes. Hey, Patrick. How has COVID-19 affected your business and how you're operating now?
So I will say this about COVID. It really goes into that entrepreneurial spirit when you need to think outside the box. And when your back's pressed up against the wall, that COVID did to a lot of small businesses, a lot of innovation was drafted up. So we now have services that we wouldn't offer prior to COVID. We have full curbside pickup. We've perfected internet orders. I now have tools so I can ship nationally, which is awesome. You could be in California and I could say, hey, I really would like to get that iPad. I have an entire team that I can now reach out that will sell them the iPad, and our store will get credit so we can work across the country, which is huge. We've also developed some better security and fraud prevention and things like that. Obviously, people are trying to maybe take advantage where they can and try to hurt other people. Verizon's reamped its entire security to prevent things like that. But it's also forced everyone in the store, in the customer service industry, to get creative. I mentioned it earlier. I do a lot of videos and TikTok and Instagram and things like that. And I wasn't doing that prior to COVID. I wasn't trying to make my door swing. But now that I've gotten used to it, I think I really enjoy doing it. That is something, along with curbside and in-store pickup and that RDS team, that I will be using for the foreseeable future. That's not going away. So on one hand, COVID killed my business in the months of April and May, but we've come out significantly stronger because we've had to adapt, which in this business, that's what's going to separate you from online.
Wow. That's amazing. That's cool.
Yeah. It is amazing that COVID, despite all all the chaos and the loss and all that sort of thing, the silver linings were that we've all found a different way to manage and to run a business. And like with the Olean Center, we found a way to operate differently. We're still offering services, but we're doing it safely. And in some ways, I think how we're doing things now is better. Like you said, you found a greater way to promote your business, and it's working, and that's something that you'll continue to do. So we've learned a lot. I think we've learned a lot through this whole process, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, if you can't adapt, it's just like what a lot of people had to go through when the internet became so large, and a lot of small businesses couldn't survive it because they couldn't adapt to it. It's
Right.
just it's another challenge. And we have a great team behind us of our locally owned franchises and different ideas and things like that. And there's a lot of stuff that I've taken from other members in the community that they've done that's been huge. So there's just so much creativity and things that you can do. You just got to go out and you got to find it. And there's a lot of trial and error with it too.
Oh, absolutely. It's a learning curve, but in the end, looking back, okay, yeah, it was a struggle. It was hard. It was this, and change can be hard, but sometimes change can be good, in certain ways,
Absolutely.
as we learned. So I think, Joe, you have number 5. Would you like to do that?
Yes. Thank you for your generous donation to the Frank Olean Center. Can you tell us more about your foundation?
Yeah. So what we do is we are very locally focused. So we like to give money back to every local area where we can. We do a lot for Waterford Country School. We do a lot for get autism awareness, things like that. So we raise money and try to give it back. And philanthropy is one of the core cornerstones of our wireless zone group. That's always been a huge thing. When everything with COVID started, we used some of the money that we raised here in store to do our Meals for Heroes program, where every week we were going out, we were supporting a local business. We were buying $200, $300 worth of food from a local business. And then we were going and giving it to Westerly Hospital, Dunn's Corners Fire Department, Westerly Police Department. When they had the checkpoints up, we were bringing it to the National Guard guys. Philanthropy is a huge part of what we do. I went to Bishop Hendricken. I have had that Catholic school upbringing, so that's been a big cornerstone in my life as well. So being able to give back, that's one of the most important things. Obviously it's a business. We want to make money, but being able to pay it forward and give back where we can, that's just something that makes it all really worth it too. When you can provide an opportunity for somebody else, or bring a smile, or just a random act of kindness, that's what at the end of the day, what it's all about. So our foundation specifically tries to target people in different groups that we can help.
Yeah.
That sounds very great to know.
Oh, glad I answered the question with good answer.
Well, Patrick, we do appreciate all that you've done for the Frank Olean Center. Your generosity does not go unnoticed, and it sounds like you're out there for everyone. And kudos to you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that. All right, Martin, I think you have the last question.
All right. What else would you like others to know?
I mean, what else would I like you guys to know? I think I've already kind of gone into full disclosure of, what my business does. What I'd like to offer, anyone who may watch it or has questions is, if you think that, you need to help think of some solutions, get creative, having issues with any of your home technology, things like that, give me a call or just come on in and pay me a visit. Some of the best relationships and businesses I've helped have been because of my computer has too many icons on it. How do I minimize it? Or my phone's got too much stuff. Help me clean it up. So if you're having any tech issues whatsoever and you want to just maybe get it cleaned up, bring it on in. I'll be happy to help. If you want to get some more creative content, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, things like that. I try to post a lot of funny videos. I don't do a lot of sales posts online. I promise. It's not trying to sell any products online. It's purely for entertainment. But other than that, I mean, I'm here at 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Applebee's Plaza. Come see me. It's worth the extra 5 minutes if you're down over near the 78 in downtown Westerly side. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And if you are, I'll go out of my way to make sure that you're not disappointed and you're happy.
Oh wow, thanks.
Doesn't
That
happen
sounds
too often, but there's always a slight negative 1% chance it could. I
that
promise it
sounds
won't happen.
that sounds amazing. Cool.
Well, I'll be down. We'll be down to check things out, and I think you gave me some great information and thoughts. Because I am in the market to upgrade, so I definitely will be. And I think you've missed your calling. Maybe you should be in acting or something. And
I
all
don't
the
know. We'll
things
see
that you're
we'll see
doing.
what happens. Everyone keeps telling me that's what I should be doing. So we'll see. We'll see.
So we have a few minutes, Patrick. So you've answered all our questions and gave us a lot of information. So now we're going to ask you if you'd like to ask us any questions.
Yeah, sure.
Go
Absolutely.
easy on us, though.
Relax. So one of the questions that I would have is how, you asked me how COVID's affected my business. Obviously, this on the beat virtual thing's a lot different than the conference room we did. But what other ways have you guys had to, like think outside the box and continue your mission of trying to help?
So we have learned to operate differently. We are still providing services to children and adults with disabilities. We do more of a 1-to-1 ratio with individuals that need services. We do community integrated activities safely. We also do virtual learning. We've done a lot. The staff has done a lot through Zoom. They do Zoom exercise classes. They do Zoom reading. They do social activities through Zoom. And I know that Special Olympics was actually doing some virtual things as well. I know that the norm was that, everyone would meet at the center, but we would be out doing a lot of community things in general before COVID, and offered some in-house things. And we were really promoting community integrated activities and things like that. So we're just finding a different way. And again, it's in the wintertime, it was in-home, supports, and then community outings wherever was safe, and if it was warm enough to do those kind of things. But we're still operating fully, but it's just in a different way. And community integration and being out in the community was always the push, and the thought that we needed to do more of that. And I think that we've done really well. And these On the Beat program, as you know, like you had mentioned, we interviewed you in our conference room before COVID. And we actually found this as a more efficient way, as we talked about before the show came on. So it's allowed us to be efficient, and there's not really any editing involved. It's live, it's new, it's fresh, and we've actually reached more people doing it this way than we did before. So we're lucky. So,
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And Martin and Joe, they, Joe, he still works. Maybe you want to say something about what you do, Joe, at your job. He works at Stop and Shop. So you want to say a few things, Joe, on that?
Not much.
Not much. How many days a week are you working now?
At least 3.
At least 3. And so he's doing, and can you describe, how things are different with COVID?
We all have to wear a mask. They put protective screens in front of the cashiers and everything. It's changed now where everything's going.
Yeah. And so the distance, is there different spots on the floor that people have to stand through?
Yeah. Yes, there is.
Yeah. And then Martin, he actually got laid off. You want to talk a little bit about that, Martin?
Oh yeah. Since 2020, I've been laid off a while, so I'm trying to look for a newer job. I'm still working on it, but it's getting there soon. But it's tough. Things have changed.
Yeah, Martin worked at Precision Fitness. He actually
that's what it was.
Yep, he actually helped the personal trainers, and
that's what I do all the time. Yeah.
Did a little cleaning. Yeah, he liked that job. You liked that job, didn't you?
I did.
So Yeah. So things have changed and adapt and adjusted, and kudos to the people that are out on the front lines, and
Hmm.
so. But anyway, but we're hitting up on the 10:30 half hour. Um,
Hmm.
Things go by quickly when we do these interviews, and
Things time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
exactly. And so we do appreciate your time. It's great to chat with you again, Patrick. We wish you well now and in the coming months. So thank you so much for coming on. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Hmm.
Also, thank you to Martin and Joe for being great hosts. You did a great job today, guys. Gesundheit. Oh, Gesundheit.
I tried to hold it. I tried.
I know you tried. I saw that. And also a special thank you to Ben Barber for producing this broadcast. So thank you also for anyone who's listened in. If you happen to have missed it, no worries. You can watch it later on our social media pages. And in the meantime, keep an eye on Facebook for the next broadcast. Our guest next week is Johnny McLeod from Johnny and the East Coast Rockers. So we're going to be rocking out with him on next week. So don't miss it. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy this fine weather and stay safe and healthy.
Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time on The Beat.
Take care. Bye.
Uh,